Hello everybody, Attorney Jesus here, and I just wanted to make a video on how to fill out the work authorization form, the I-765 form, and the reason I wanted to do this is that there was recently USCIS recently released the new form with updates. There is a lot of information that's the same, and then there's just some minor information that has changed, and we'll just get right to it. The first section, if you have an attorney or representative, they fill that out, and I won't be going in detail over this just because I have another video that I will post here above, and that video does walk you step by step on how to fill out the 765 form. So if you want to just watch that, click here up above. If you just want to see, some of the new changes that have happened, keep watching. So the reason for applying has stayed the same. The name as well, other names, that is all information that you should already know. Your mailing address, physical address, that is the same. Your A number, USCIS online account number. I have a USCIS online account number. If you don't, and you want to have, like a little access to a little bit more information, more at hand, you can make one. It won't really make too much of a difference, but if you don't have one, you could get one. They're free. You get them at USCIS. Gender, marital status, social security information, this is all the same. On the newer form, the social security number information is here. On the prior ones, it was up here. As to whether you have or you want the Social Security Administration to issue a social security number, that is the same. Father, mother's name, country of origin, country of citizenship, that is the same. Where you were born, date of birth, you fill all of that information out. Date of your last arrival, place of your last arrival, immigration status at your last arrival, current immigration status, eligibility category. If you're DACA, it's C33. If you have a pending asylum application, C8. If you are something else, then you would need to look on the USCIS website, and there it'll tell you what category you are. In addition, if you are just renewing on your work permit, you can take a look at it and it'll be right there. It'll say category and it'll have in parentheses the category you are. If you're renewing on that same basis, then you would put that same category number there. If you're applying for the first time, look at the USCIS website, ask an attorney, or go to a nonprofit that you trust. The STEM OPT eligibility category, this is the same. Eligibility category, H-1B, visa, that is the same. What has changed is this part right here. And this applies if you have a pending asylum application, a C8 category. If you entered the eligibility category C8 in number 27, which is this one, provide the information requested in item numbers 30A to 30G. And yeah, you may think that you need to fill this out. When I took a look at this really quickly, I was also filling it out, but then, after rereading, looking at the form, these questions only apply if you have a pending asylum application, if you are in the C8 category. So if you are not in the C8 category, you do not have to worry about these questions all the way up to 30G. So let's say you do have a pending asylum application, then you would need to answer, have you ever been arrested or charged with or convicted of any crime in any country, not just the country you are in any country? You would respond truthfully, yes or no, depending upon your circumstances. Did you enter the U.S. lawfully through a U.S. port of entry, and were you in port of entry, and were you inspected and admitted or paroled by an immigration officer, yes or no? If you put yes, you must provide evidence. So if you were paroled in, They would likely have given you a document stating such. If you entered with some sort of visa, you may have gotten an I-94 card. So those would all be valid proof to show that you have been lawfully admitted or paroled into the U.S. If you answered no to 30.B, did you present yourself to DHS within 48 hours of entry and express an intention to seek asylum within the U.S. or express a fear of persecution? Yes or no if that applies, depending upon which applies. Date you presented yourself to DHS, location where you presented yourself, country of claim persecution, provide an explanation for why you did not enter the U.S. lawfully through a U.S. port of entry. And I mean, all of these questions are just for individuals that are in the C8 category, and I mean, it's pretty much tailored just to get a little bit more information for those people who have pending asylum applications. They want to make changes to asylum and to work permit authorization cards for people that have pending asylum applications, and the way they're doing that is by asking these questions. The rest of this is the same, and I mean, honestly, that is the big change, and it has to do with the Trump administration, the new changes that USCIS has made for individuals with pending asylum applications. There is still ongoing litigation over that, but at the moment, you have to wait a year before applying for your work permit based on a pending asylum application. There are exceptions to that, but generally that is the rule. Before, you just needed to wait 180 days, and there's also other caveats, and those caveats are, so the other caveats to the new rule, these questions get towards those new caveats, towards those new requirements. If you learned something, please let me know. If you have a question, you can also reach out to me. Thank you, and God bless.